G'day, today we're going to have a look at level 55 in the Sapphire DLC of Train Valley 2. This one's called Combined Map 101. We have 25 minutes, we have to avoid train crashes, and we can't reverse trains. Okay, so it looks like we've got just the one set of workers, and they're on the left side here. And everyone looks like they've got sort of the weird numbers that makes you assume that they only want the amount that in total they're going to need for this. You can sort of validate that by seeing that there's 35 of those. 28 of the, 35 of those guys. Not sure what they're needed for. Anyway, and then we've got letters around the outside, A, B, C, D. So we're starting with no money. So assuming we're going to be starting with our A, B, C, D. So let's just give it a second while we wait for the arrows to pull up. We'll send 2 Bs, both going that way. In fact, we can do a 4 shift here. Let's try this. Normally I would move sort of everyone in the same one direction, but in this particular case we can move all 4 trains that are currently sitting there. I can't move this guy on, which would be perfect because he also needs to go this way. So does that guy actually. So let's send 2 Cs that way. We'll send it moving faster than we have available trains. They're not a bad thing. It'll be a bit more of a dynamic move than I normally would, and bring in another train. Ideally, if we're bought that in the last second. So everyone wants to go to D except for D himself. Alright, let's get this guy connected. I'm going to start sending them. Now the reason I want to start sending them too is because we've got... he needs, say for example, this very first thing needs 98. This is our only pool of workers that we've got right there. And he needs... and he only maxes out at 70. So what we really want is like we want to be able to move these guys while like they're not capping at 70. We want to sort of have available guys so we're not sort of going slower than we otherwise would need to. Okay, so we have 3 guys who all want to go to A, and we've got trains that are moving away from that direction. So let's send this guy that way. Yeah, I thought let's double check just in case we get another A train behind him. So primarily we want to move the letter trains, but side mission is that we don't want this guy, our worker, to cap out at 70. So we want to keep moving guys to stop him hitting his cap. Beautiful. Got another A train on this side too. So we could send this guy around that way. He's going to take the long way either way, but I don't really want to make D wait longer. So let's send this A train towards D. Board another train. Send that B train back that way. Direct this, send him that way. Send that guy by that. So we've got all our trains. So that part we don't have to think about anymore. Send that D train. We'll send this A train. Send that guy. Send that B train. And that guy. Okay. Where's our next logical shift? So I think now we've got almost everyone as the opposite side. It's going to be the 2 C trains heading back this way. I think it's going to be our next move. Send that guy that way. Send that guy that way as well. And then, as I said, just cross our fingers that we get a few more C trains wanting to go that same direction. what we can do now is we can send this D train and that D train. Just to make sure that goes right. Push him. I reckon I can get a train out of there before these guys arrive. Let's not risk it. Okay, so then we get those two guys to slot in there. So now we're at a point where we've basically got everyone needs to send someone to the opposite side to where they are. Quickly correct that. So, let's try and get them all going at once. We'll just get everyone to send their required train to the right. Quickly just add 4 more trains, see if anything good comes from that. So, this guy going behind, in between those two is going to be good. B train going behind that guy is going to be good. Let's just make sure that all of these are initially like just pointing straight. Another B train on this side is going to be good. We've got another B train on this side, but I don't think he'll get out before this C train. This D train would be good to get out. Now I'm allowed to stop trains. But it's okay. So that A train's got to pass. He'll end up down here. So we turn that arrow, and we turn that arrow. Sorry, we almost let that guy get capped. He's currently got 62, 82, 84. So he needs 2 more trains. That's 91 right there, and then it's going to be 98 to the next guy. Okay, so next up we're going to move, so what I say, that's 91. D train will come down here. Alright, I think we're already back to everyone needing to go to the opposite side again. So, let's just quickly extend this guy out. Start shifting trains down to paper, because I think we've got 63 that one. The same as before, let's get everyone sending someone sort of around to the other side. Let's just quickly take tabs of what everyone's doing. I think everyone wants to send the exact same thing. So I can stop trains. So it would be great to stop, say, this guy. We'll let that guy go. We're going to send that guy. That's all my trains currently spoken for. Just got to keep an eye on this guy. Just make sure everyone's sort of moving through. That guy can go now. I can send another guy, so let's send this guy. That guy can go straight. We can call in 3 more trains, just to sort of see if we're getting any more pattern. We sort of do have some. We can send another B train after these 2, which we're going to have to send pretty quick because we've got this C train coming up. That guy can turn in. These A trains we want to send straight. We don't want to turn that one just yet. Turn that one for the C train. We don't have any available trains to send this guy, but I really don't want him to cap out, but I think I'm gonna have much choice. That C train might just get there in time for me. Alright, then we'll turn those guys. Turn that one. Send that guy out, get him going down this way. Really trying to clear workers out now. Okay, so now we've got... This guy's got another D train, so let's send that way. See what he's got. We're going to send 2 C trains around this way. That's all of our trains that we need to send. Okay, so let's get this guy still moving. So we're up to 35 there. Okay, so those 2 are just going to there. We can send this guy down this way. We won't hold. We'll hold him for a moment so they don't collide with that guy. 42. He's 49. This is 56. And that is 63. This guy should be right to go now. That's 63. Okay, so what I'm going to do is it would make sense to just do a quick little connect there, but I'm actually going to go up because I can delete train tracks. There's no issues with that. And the reason I'm going to push this guy up there is because it means that those trains can be left alone from these trains, so they're not sharing the same road. I don't have to have one waiting while the other one goes, so I can send all my 63 wood while I'm sending all my 35 guys. Okay, and then this train up here, you can just turn up there. New one, 28, 35. So that's them done. You can see how long this sort of wood's taking as well, so it is worth certainly getting this moving. The sooner the better, because we're now going to have to wait at that point. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is get workers moving. So I imagine it wants me doing it through the tunnels. It must be saying to me, hey, if you put them here, there's actually a connector on the other side, because otherwise I am blindly guessing. Wow, we have 1 million. Okay. So with those 2 bridges, no, those are tunnels. Those 2 tunnels. Let's get this guy connected here. I can't even factor into my head at the moment what I currently need to build next. Get that going that way. Let's go around here. Get up there and have him connected. Then we'll get this guy across here. We'll go down 1 and across there so he connects a little bit cleaner. That. So I guess I've got to build a tunnel there and then a bridge. Is that bridge going to be okay? I definitely haven't built a bridge there, but I feel like here I'm just going to have a crossing. That other bridge would probably cause a collision. So this bridge gives me the benefit that I can get to that side a lot easier. Oh, in fact, that's the only place that connects, yeah. Okay, and then we've got this guy down here. And he connects like so. And again, I hope that's connected there. Because I can't have any train crashes, and so if I've incorrectly made any of these... blammo. So... with these 35 guys having arrived there, I'm now going to delete that bit of track. And instead, we are just going to have a very more conventional connection like that for those 2. Because then he's closer to the wood that he needs. This is where this gets tricky. For whatever reason, those 2 aren't happy to connect with where that bridge is. Just got to make sure that, like, there's definitely a square there, right? Yes. And there's definitely a square there that we can see, and then if we go over here, we can see. Okay, so all those blind assumptions are all good. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do, we need the airplanes. So the airplanes are going to need these, then they're going to need those. Just need paper and people. So let's get people up that way. So next project is 35 guys to the books. Also just need to make that joiner there. Now at the same time we're doing this, say this guy here, he needs machines. So we can send 35 machines down that way, which we're also going to turn a profit for. We're in big money here. That's 3. So that's what, 21? That's 28. That's 21 for this guy. At least with this guy, I can just look at the amount of people and the amount of wood and say, alright, well, it's not even yet. I don't have to redo the math. So I think that's 35. 14, 21, 28, 35. 14, 21, 28. $21, 28, 35, so that's that one done. You can actually see that, like, it's real important to get these guys started because they are taking their time. Okay, now beyond that, where do we need the gold to get to? The gold needs to get all the way over here, and we need 28 of that making that journey. So I feel like that and the glue are both really important to get started just because they've got to travel so far. So let's start them off, and we can let sort of our workers just sort of build a little nest egg and soak in the wood. Yeah, so these guys need to get turned there, then there, and then there, and then that should send them through. But now I also have to be careful because they will collide at that point. Glue only needs to make it as far as there. So start sending that too. We've got 4 more machines, so we can certainly send them. Really, the glue should have gone first because these guys are going to be my nightmare with this backlog. They just went in there as opposed to where they needed to go, so we suddenly need to stop everyone and just hope this guy doesn't travel too far. Oh, that's close. Okay, let's just pause these guys as well. Again, it's just this section here I'm very mindful of. Got a lot of trains on the move here. So, say this guy's got through. This guy's now coming. So, we've got to watch this section just here. As this guy goes by, this guy's going to be okay. So I've got to tell this guy to stop. Then I've got to tell this guy to stop. But I also don't want to have to stop all of them. But I think I'm best off just waiting for these guys here. Tell him, all stop. Let 2 go by, then we'll let these 2 go. Because based on what happened there, it looks like these 2 should be fine, sort of just moving the way they did. Then we straighten that guy, tell him to go there. Push this guy through to here. Yep, those 2 are okay. Those guys are going to get through. 1 more and that should be them done. Once these guys are through, we've capped our workers just. So we'll get 35 guys heading over this way. Sort of clean them up. And that's everything from this set out here that we've now moved to where we need it to be. So that's a nice thing to have knocked off. It's 28. Oil. I need workers up that way too, so So just shifting these guys just to get them sort of shifted. As long as these two, the paper and the planks, are still building something, it's sort of okay. I mean, it suggests that what's going to go on over here could take a while too, but we do still have 15 more minutes beyond here. But these baseline things are taking a while too, so we definitely need to get our oil production started. There's 35 guys over there done. That's 28 on the move. It's 35. So then we're going to move 35 more guys and we'll get them to fuel. One more guy. And we've sort of cleaned them out again too. These planks here actually only need to go to be made into planes, so they're actually a pretty last minute requirement thing we have. So start moving the paper, we'll get these books made. Oil looks like it's being made pretty quick, which is good. So that's 14, 21, 28. I also need one more glue. Counted there. 35. So those guys all on their way. Okay. Sort of that we have to hold while this guy goes through. As soon as he's passed, I need to get workers up to the bonds as well soon. But let's just get 35 guys to the planes. Twenty-one, 28. $35. May as well get the oil production started. Okay, so the lesson learnt from sending guys that have to go through this sort of loop bit here is that 2 trains back-to-back are fine. It's then just going to be the 3rd train that's a problem. So we need 4 trains to go up here, so I'm going to send 2. What do I also need the extra paper for? I feel like I've got... No, I'm just going to end up with 28, that's right, okay. Just going to send those 2, let them go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send 2 of these guys back-to-back as well. This might be too close, but we know we can pause them if we need to. We might just get through. No, they won't. So close. Alright, then we'll send 2 more lots of workers. And why do I have an extra lot there? Did I miscount? Must have. I hope I did. Yeah, I think this time we're okay. We've got that gap right. So those 2 are through correctly, and then we can send these guys around. And, okay, so once that's done, what we need to do is we've got all the wood here. is heading for there. We don't need any more workers. I think we're done with workers. We can send this oil through to the barrels. Gold. Okay, so we just need to buy some gold at the very end here. Okay, so once these guys have gone, the next thing is going to be getting 35 of the steel plates out, which are going to be a big money loss. And similar to the other ones, they're going to go through this loop, so we want to buy 2 as quick as possible. Let the 2 do the loop. And then buy 2 more once they're out of the loop. And then buy 1 at the very end. Really, we need these books over there too, because we need the engineers before the planes can get made. So those books are certainly the next step here. Really should have been before these guys. We do still have 10 minutes, so I think we've been efficient enough to this point that it's not going to be little mistakes like this that undo us. Slow that guy down a second just to give me a bit more of a gap to work between when this guy goes through and when I can swap those signals. Okay, so bonds are basically all done. The gold's just a purchase. It's just these planes that we're on now. We need the engineers to get made nice and quick, and it looks like they're not too bad. We've already got 1 made, so there's decent progress there. And what we've got to do is we've now got to move 70 items of all these boards, all that oil, and then hopefully we've got engineers ready to go once we're up to that point. I mean, they're not lightning quick, but we'll at least be able to start production soon. Going to hold off to these 2, and I'll send the first lot of 7 engineers just so that the planes can get started. Because if the planes take as long as the engineers, there's no point in waiting for all of the oil barrels to get there before sending 1 lot of engineers. They're the exact same speed. Or the plane's faster? The planes are faster. Alright, so what I'm going to do while we're waiting as well is I'm going to move the first 2 lots of bonds so we can get them through this, like, section bit. One sitting there, one sitting there. They're both ready to go once planes have gone by. And this is just going to be a miserably slow bit here. We're going to lose some time, so let's just speed time up. Okay. So that's all of them done. There definitely was a more efficient way of getting them made than what I chose to do. Lesson learned, if we have to do this again because we run out of time. But we do still have 5 minutes, and all we've got to do is deliver things, so we should be alright. Once that guy's on his way, I'll send the 2 of these bonds. And I mean, there's no reason I can't start sending the gold. I've just got to stop it before they reach this intersection here. How many gold do we need? 3. But it looks like I don't even need to stop them. They should just sort of flow through. That was a fun map. Enjoyed that one. There we go. So game time, not too bad. Funds, not too bad. Real time, not too bad either. Any questions or comments, feel free to check them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.